the authority do not like to listen. Sometimes they listen, but they are not performing as per our desire. So once if I use the political platform, if I gain the power, at least something of those people, those ideas which we generated along all the common masses, that can be performed. That's why I joined the politics.
Sir, one important question. In what your opinion, observation of Modi previous government of Modi first term, where Modi government has done a several work for Northeast. In the cabinet, Kiran Rijiju also came from Northeast, and he has also went many times, and many schemes launched from there. What is your opinion?
Yeah, my first the opinion and interest, the happy interest is that during the regime of those UPA, I should say UPA, the whole of Northeast India is treated as a landlocked area. And now after the regime of the Modi ji and the government, that landlocked area has been transformed into land link in between the India and the Southeast Asia. So in a sense, the whole of the Northeast India was a frontier and distance from the capital Delhi. So it is a frontier areas, a lack of development, lack of information, so on and so forth. But now after the first Modi government comes, it is the focal point, it is the central point of the Act East policy. So we are in the central hub now to link with the Southeast Asia and the rest of the country. So this is one of the best things. And to get the momentum, once of course the NDA government started about the look east, we are transforming to Act East. Accordingly, infrastructural development has speed up. And not only that, most of the cabinet minister of the first Modi advised them to visit at least twice in 3 months or every month. So they came and personally and directly on the spot what is going on, what are the progress of development in the northeastern India. So the attachment has more and more, so that we are enjoying the feeling of this kind of the oneness with the nation.
Sir, my last question is, you have worked in science and as a professor, you have lots of science and biotechnology in the term. You have done a tremendous work. Do you think, is there any lack of infrastructural in the universities level, research and other terms?
Yeah, see, quite a long, the northeastern India is neglected in terms of educational infrastructure, or the exposure facilities was not able, till today, exposure facility is yet to be developed, but we are hoping to be speed up. So even in Manipur University, where I was serving one time as a faculty member, at the end I was an administrator. So I know that many of the colleges were not built physically, it was not well equipped, and the campus was so rudimentary. A lack of development is needed. But particularly state is a poor state, and also the visionless groups of people ruling for quite a long. So the modernization was so late. So see, even the left, say, of course we may think like this. If we open physics and chemistry as a science stream in Manipur University, we cannot compete with the Madras and Calcutta University, which was 200 years ahead of the platform was created and enjoyed and experiment. But we are just born university. So we are thinking to innovate or to introduce new frontal academic sites, so that we may be gear up and we may compete with other those century-old universities. So that's why we are keeping Southeast Asian studies we are thinking, and also we try to academically put up our traditional system, say for example Manipur dance, it has to be transformed into the with the academic orientations. You know, the Manipur is a sport talented area. We have a lot of native games. It has to be developed and fulfilled with the modern status, and so that we may expose to the world arena of the games and sport. These are the things has to be taken up by the university and institution. Not only that, I was one of the instrument for establishing Institute of Bioresources and Sustainable Development, Government of India in Impal, based on the mega biodiversity of Indo-Burma hotspot zone. You know, all these areas, perhaps we are all acquainted with all the endemic species, and that has to be preserved, conserved, and used for value added and for the transforming the economic of the northeastern region.
Thank you, sir, for giving time for Hindustan Opinion. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.